a young man used to reside in a village a long time ago. He told his wife after 2 years of marriage that he wanted to travel overseas to conduct business. His wife agreed to see her husband off despite being pregnant. The young man set out on his travels. The young man traveled to a different nation and put in a lot of labor. He made a lot of money working day and night for many years. He rose to wealth as a trader. He was content with the money he had made after 20 years and was itching to go back home. He didn't tell his wife about it since he wanted to surprise her. He came upon a wise man who appeared dejected as they were sailing back to the ship. The merchant inquired as to the cause of his melancholy. "I am sad that there is no respect for wisdom in this country," the wise man remarked. "I came to this country to offer wisdom sutras, but nobody is interested in purchasing them." "I have earned a lot from this country," the merchant pondered. "This is where I work. It should be revered, and no one should be critical of it." Contemplating this, he declared his intention to purchase wisdom sutras. "It's okay if you want to buy," the wise man said. "I'll present you with 3 sutras. However, these 3 sutras cost 500 gold coins. Could you make that payment?" The man thought the offer was a bit pricey, but out of respect for his place of employment, he consented to give the wise man 500 gold coins in return for 3 sutras. Sometimes what we see with our eyes is not the truth, and what we think after seeing is not actually the same. The wise man stated, passing along the first sutra of wisdom to the guy. "Thus, use patience as necessary." Subsequently, the sage bestowed onto the merchant the second sutra of wisdom, which states that one should take some time to reflect calmly before making any significant life decisions. The wise guy then handed the man the third sutra of wisdom and advised him to never make a decision in his life when he was furious. After saying this, the wise man accepted the payment for the sutras he had given and departed. The merchant finally arrived in his city after several days of travel. He entered his home quietly and made his way straight to his wife's room since he wanted to surprise her. But he was stunned by what he saw there. He noticed a young man dozing next to his spouse there. "I kept worrying about her all these years, and here she is sleeping with another man," the man thought to himself in a fit of rage. "I'm not going to let them both survive." With this thought in mind, he raised his sword and prepared to strike out at both of them. He suddenly remembered the first sutra of the wise man, which stated that sometimes our perception of reality differs from reality itself. "My wife is sleeping with another man," he thought to himself. "Is this a true statement?" He then thought about the wise man's second sutra, which states, before taking any big step in life, think for some time with a calm mind. He began to reflect as he thought back to the wise man's second sutra. At that moment, the wise man's third sutra, never take any decision in your life when you are angry, came to him. The man lowered his sword-wielding hand as soon as he remembered the wise man's third sutra. He was drawing back his sword when it unintentionally struck a pot, causing it to fall. His wife awoke from her sleep due to the noise. She was ecstatic to see her husband and said, "Oh, you have come," as soon as she did. "Without you, I felt empty in my life. How I waited for you for so long is a mystery to me." After saying so, she gave her spouse a hug. Seeing another man sleep on the bed infuriated the merchant even more. His wife then urged her husband to get up, saying, "Son, wake up. It's your father." The merchant's eyes filled with tears as he heard his wife's comments. Recollections of his wife's pregnancy returned, the moment he had gone for his international adventure. The man realized that the young man snoozing on the bed was, in fact, his own son. Overcome with excitement, the dad gave his wife and son a strong hug, tears rolling down his face. He could not help wondering about how things may have turned out differently if he had forgotten the wise man's advice as he held them close. These 3 sutras seemed expensive to him at the time. But now that I've looked back, even 500 gold coins seem like a modest amount to pay for such priceless knowledge. If we stop to look at our life, we will see that we are frequently prone to snap decisions and hasty reactions in today's fast-paced environment. Still, there are important lessons to be learned from this tale about the value of perseverance, thoughtful consideration, and maintaining composure. especially when one is doubtful or angry. We are reminded that appearances can be deceitful by the first principle. Something is not always true just because it appears that way. This idea pushes back against our preconceived notions and emphasizes the value of taking your time to uncover the hidden reality. This lesson is especially important now since social media knowledge can spread swiftly. Our lives might become chaotic and full of big misunderstandings as a result of snap decisions. The second principle tells us to pause for a quiet period of thought before making important choices. This wisdom urges us to take our time and think about the long-term effects of our decisions in a society that frequently prizes instant gratification. Making decisions with clarity when it comes to your finances, profession, or relationships can result in better informed and advantageous choices. The third guideline forbids making judgments when fury is at its peak. This principle encourages us to take a breather and calm down before replying in a society where individuals frequently lose arguments and have divergent viewpoints that split them. It demonstrates to us that impulsive decisions are frequently illogical and can lead to needless conflict and regret. For this reason, it's best to avoid making decisions when furious. In the end, these three concepts are useful recommendations that can assist us in averting a great deal of issues in the future. These crucial keys have the power to unlock doors to a life full of peace and comprehension. Thus, let us remember that progress starts with little steps. By adhering to these ideas, we can face life's challenges with poise and fortitude, demonstrating our dedication to our own development and general well-being.